even though it was ugly, it was my workout. I survived it. I made it through it. There was a push. I was able to celebrate. I was able to be thankful. I was able to get up. And I thank God I was able to get up. I thank God that I was able to keep it moving. And I thank God that I was able to reflect on such a great journey. Hey, y'all. Today I want to talk about the ugly workout. Yes, the ugly workout. Why are we talking about the ugly workout? Because y'all, in today's age where everything is perfect, everything from how we take our selfies or pictures, we have filters. We'll take 100 pictures just to choose one. We'll adjust our food on a plate to take a picture of it so people can see how pretty our food is. We will put the makeup on, we will put the outfit on, and everything has to be perfect. Sometimes so much that we live in everything has to be perfect. So when others see it, that we can miss out on things, and we almost kind of downplay things in our lives where it can be dangerous. Well, we can downplay things in our lives just because it's not social media ready. It's not post picture perfect ready. It's sometimes we'll look at it and not really just be in this space of gratefulness, to be thankful that we have this, or we made it through this, or we accomplished this because it didn't look a certain way. And so when I talk about this ugly workout, let me give y'all some framework. Y'all know I'm always giving some framework. So in my life, I am in this space of where I'm being intentional about my whole health, WHOLE health. Um, Whether that is my mental health, my spiritual health, my emotional health, my physical health, all of these spaces, I am being intentional, because I found that if we are not intentional, we'll just keep going and we'll go with the wind, and we'll start something, we can stop something, and we have to really be able to anchor ourselves and say, this is what I am trying to do, this is where I'm going, and this is what I need to do to get there. And so I'm going to take a book off the shelf in the space of, even I'm intentional, being intentional in all these different areas. I want to pull a book off the shelf when it comes to physical health. So I have been on this journey of saying, okay, Lord, you want me to be free, healthy, and whole in every single area of my life, and I need your help. I had to pray. And when I prayed and I was really trying to figure out how can I be in this space of doing this when it comes to my physical health, not just doing it because an event is coming up, not just doing it because, yeah, I'm getting ready to go on vacation. And so now I want to work out and now I want to eat right. I want to be able to do this to impact my life. This is going to be my life, my lifestyle. And so, because where I'm going, I don't want any weight to hold me back, no pun intended. Like, I don't want anything holding me back. And so, if it's something that is going on in me physically, I want to be able to do those things that I can do to take care of me. And so, as I've been on this journey and praying, and then also having a scripture, whatever I eat, whatever I drink, whatever I do it to the glory of God. I thank God that He has taught me and given me wisdom on how to be consistent and how to set up things to help me to be consistent. For example, when it comes to my physical health and the working out part of it, having my bag ready to go for the next day for the gym. So like today I went and I worked out. And so I already emptied out the bag of the clothes that I had in there today. I'm already laying out the stuff for what I need for tomorrow. So the bag is ready to go. And I'm fast forwarding because there's a whole thing that got me up to this point, and maybe that's a whole nother talk that we could do. But being in this space, alarm set, my alarm is already set. Y'all believe me or not, on my phone, my alarm is already set for the morning time for me to go to the gym. So these certain things to help me to get myself together, go to the gym. I know what type of routine I'm going to do, if I'm doing cardio, if I'm doing weights. And so like today, weights, I just got my gloves on so my hands don't slip, because I keep my hands moisturized. So I have to have the gloves to grip the bar. I got to have my pack, my fanny pack, my throw pack, my waist pack, whatever kind of pack you want to call it, so I can put my keys, my stuff in it. So I already have these things. I'm always staying hydrated. Like, I have these things in place to stay consistent. So it has been a up and down journey, but I want to tell y'all why I want to talk about this ugly workout. So the gym I go to, on certain days, it like opens up early. So on this day, it opened up, and it opened up early. So I said, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go. I was so tired. And when I say tired, I'm talking about tired. I was like, I gave myself every reason of why, because sometimes, like, okay, yes, I should be resting. And when you tired, that is true. But I know me, and I know I was using that as a reason of trying to justify not going. Not that I was truly like tired and my body needing to rest. It was like I'm just trying to find a reason not to go. So, but being consistent, and now all of a sudden it's like everything in me is like, no, we deserve a break. We deserve just like this is me talking about we. Like every limb. When I say we, my arms talking to me, legs talking to me, shoulders talking to me, everything is talking to me, talking about we need a break. And so as I'm going, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get this workout in. I'm gonna gather myself. We gonna go to the gym. It's opening. Now, mind you, it opened up. This gym opened up at 7 o'clock, 7 a.m. They opened up. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get up early enough. So I had this conversation was going on like at the 6 o'clock hour. So they opened up at 7 o'clock. So I'm gonna get there. I'll leave the house to get there. Maybe like give them time to open up the gym, and I'll be able to walk in maybe 7:15. So I'm like, okay, I get out the house a little bit early. Talking to myself still. Get out the house a little bit early. Do y'all know? I get there and it's cars all over the lot. I'm sitting up here like I'm late to the party. I look at my phone. I look at the time in the car. I'm like, I thought they opened up at 7. I patted myself on the back saying, okay, if I get here like 15 minutes in, they able to open up, blah, 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 blah. I get there. I'm like, people are in here already working out. I feel like I'm late to the party. This is the beginning of the ugly workout. And so the first point of it is get up. Get up, right? And so when I talk about this ugly workout, it's like the part of getting up and going. Like just move. So I was sitting there in a moment like, why do I feel like I'm late to the party? Why do I feel like everything is a mess? Like all of a sudden I'm like, I know I should just stayed in the bed. But I dragged myself out the car, feeling late to the party. And then I'm looking, like I said, people was already working out. And then I was being a little bit nosy. I don't suggest y'all do this, but I was being nosy. I'm looking on the machines, like the steppers, like as I was passing up certain things, I was like, I want to see how long they've been on these machines. Cause I'm like, it is not even 7:15. And I see that some of the people had already been working out 7 minutes. 7 minutes. They already working 7 minutes. I'm like, it's like 10, it's not even 7:15. And I'm like, y'all already been 7 minutes, 8 minutes. Y'all already got this workout on. And so in this space of an ugly workout, sometimes coming in and feeling like people are ahead of you, people are doing it better than you, and all it's like it feels like it's trying to drain you out. We have to be able to just get up and get going. Get up and get going because it's like, you know what? I'm not in a race with them. I had to stop and tell myself, I'm not in competition with this person over here and that person over here. And their body may be doing this and they're doing this and they may be picture perfect over here. And what I see on social media and whatever it is, people are talking about it and doing. I'm not in competition. I just got to get up. And so I want to encourage you to get up and get going because that was the thing. Okay, I got my bag. I see what y'all doing, but I had to now, even though I saw it, I have to put the blinders on and now I have to get this workout in. The next thing was to keep moving because now I'm like, all right, I'm gonna stop thinking about what they doing. Now I get my stuff situated. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all how ugly workout go. So first, ugly workout, looking at everybody, and it's like stop focusing, just get up and get going. Now we got to keep moving. So now I'm doing the machine, trying to do my thing, working out on the stepper. First off, the stepper, like we could do a whole topic on the stepper, but the stepper, I'm on the stepper, and I'm moving, and I'm just like laying on it, laying on it, going up. Like I'm just doing some of everything just to make sure that I finish this workout. Cause I'm like, I just started. I'm drinking the water. I'm dabbing myself with a towel, but I'm like, okay, I'm still going, still going. Another point I want to talk about is keep moving. So when you get up and you get going, like it's a part of going, but then sometimes your body or distractions or sounds or anything that is going on wants to stop you. I had to keep moving. I had to keep walking up to heaven on the stepper, basically going because it's a part that you want to stop. We have to keep it moving. We cannot stop because where I'm going, what I'm trying to do, like I said, where I'm trying to go in life, my body has to line up. My mindset has to line up with where I'm going, where my vision is, where God is calling me, what I'm trying to do in business, what I'm trying to do in life, how I'm trying to impact family, how I'm trying to impact the community. Everything that I'm doing is predicated on how I'm taking care of me. And so I have to keep this thing moving. So even though it was ugly, I'm telling you, if somebody was recording me doing this workout, it would probably be like comical. Like if I could get the tape, it would be comical because like I said, I'm moving, but how I was moving, laying on this machine, leaning on the stepper, the one you actually walk up the steps. If you slow down too much, you'll start to go low and fall off the back. So it's like, I'm telling you, I was like going like down, down, down. I was like Mary J, I'm going down. I was like, and I had to keep coming up. But it's a part of keep moving. The last part was I got through the workout. I ain't gonna tell you about the other stuff, but it was like it was ugly. Like everything that I tried to do, any weight that I tried to lift, any machine that I tried to do, it was just kind of like, I know that I feel like I could do more reps. I know that typically I can do this many reps, but right now I can only get this many out and I have to stop. I have to stop and be like, okay, let's take a break and come back and get that second win. So I had to keep moving. So after the workout was done, because I had my time and the time, I'm like, okay, I did the workout. I'm good. I got here. I kept it moving. And so now I'm in the car. Fast forward, I'm in the car. I'm sitting in the car. And as tired and as crazy as it was getting there, getting the workout on, when I sat in the car, people always said, you feel so much better. I felt good. I felt like this was refreshing. I had a good workout. I was energized. And so I sat in the parking lot in my car and I had to celebrate. What do I mean by that? Because sometimes we think celebrate like, oh yeah, now it's time for me to go get a cookie or it's time for me to go do something. And I'm like, sometimes our celebration can be something that is complete opposite of what we're trying to do. Like, okay, I'm not going across the street to the fast food place, which I don't understand why they put fast food places across the street from the gym or right by the gym, but they do. So I'm like, I'm not going there, but I had to take a moment and I had to thank God that he gave me the energy to do it. And then I finished it. I made it through this ugly workout. I made it through. It wasn't pretty. I was looking some kind of way. If you've seen the footage of me on the machines, it looked kind of suspect. It was just like, why is she even here? But my body moved. So I just got to this space of being thankful that I made it through it. And then I had to reflect. So sometimes in celebrating, this part of reflecting, I had thought about it. I was like, okay, I was able to do this machine. I did this. And I didn't have to go through like, oh, I didn't do it like I would normally do it. But I was going through and then I saw what I was able to accomplish. So I began to reflect on those things because those type of memories, those different things, you can file them away. Because when you are working out and you need that boost to be like, okay, body, we know we done been through some ups and downs, but we can keep going. We're going to keep pushing, right? And then I had to really take time to think about how I felt. Because like I said, you know how that burst of energy, I felt better. I sat in that moment and thought about how good I felt mentally, being able, my mind was clear, like taking account and taking notes and taking those personal memory pictures of like how things are, how I felt, what was going on around me. It was a beautiful day. The sun was out that day. It was bright. And I was just like, this is beautiful. I feel refreshed. I know that. And I kept in that place. I kept canceling every time my mind would say it was not as perfect. It wasn't what it had been. So when it came up, because it sure did come up, was like, yeah, this ain't the best work. It was ugly. And I kept saying it was ugly, but I began to embrace my ugly workout. I embraced my ugly workout because even though it was ugly, it was my workout. I survived it. I made it through it. There was a push. I was able to celebrate. I was able to be thankful. I was able to get up. And I thank God I was able to get up. I thank God that I was able to keep it moving. And I thank God that I was able to reflect on such a great journey. So when I talk about this ugly workout, I want to close with, it doesn't matter if it's pretty or if it's ugly, it's yours, right? And being able to embrace what may not be perfect to everyone else and sometimes even perfect to you. If this is the journey that you're on, whether it is when it comes to your mental health, when it comes to a space where you're like, okay, I need to go see a therapist. And I know that in my family, people talk about you don't need to go see no therapist. And it may seem like it's ugly. It may seem that it's different to everybody else. I know what I need to do. So being able to do that when it comes to your spiritual health, when you're like, you know what, I don't know how people can pray and read every day. And it may, how I do it, I may just be able to read one scripture and I have that scripture and that's my one scripture for the whole week. And I just keep thinking of that same scripture. It may not look like everybody else. It may not be, as people may say, as sexy and as pretty as everybody else do it, but it's mine. Being able to embrace what society could call ugly and sometimes what we even call ugly in ourselves. I know it's so crazy to use the word ugly, but it's like, it's just not how everyone else would see it as something that's perfect and postable, but it is beautiful to me. So I would just say, I'm encouraging you to stay consistent. I pray that you will get up, that you will keep it moving, and that you will celebrate no matter what it looks like.